Planetary Activation Organization and author of You're Becoming a Galactic Human, Your First Contact, and many others. This is something that has been his life's work, as any of you who are familiar with him, as well as some of my conversations with him, are well aware. This workshop is timely. We are hearing so many reports about various plans, depopulation plans of the planet Earth, and it is all laced with fear. The moment you hear about this, you can feel your senses tense up. You can feel your energies tend to get a bit more like the walls are going up, because you feel the need to be protecting or protect yourself. Well, there are elements in all of this that are not being considered, especially when you start looking at the plans that people are hearing. I talked with a gentleman yesterday about plans related to the swine flu and the H1N1 virus and these vaccinations that are planned. And you know something? There is an answer for everything. If you believe that the worst that you hear is all that you can look forward to, believe me, that will be all that you can look forward to. And if you and when you come to, if you don't know without a shadow of a doubt, but you accept that that reality and that unfolding of events is not in concert with your heart, with your intention, with your desires, you have immediately disempowered it. And so we're going to take a break. Whether you find, however you find the information that comes in the rest of this hour with Sheldan and with my interjections here and there, it will take you away from the fear of the moment that so many people are embroiling themselves in and enmeshing themselves in. It frees you. It's liberating. And guess what? From that place of liberation, you can plot out your own life. Know this and realize this, that you plot your own life. And there are ways to do this. Even when it appears that you're being compliant, you can be free, and you can be free of the ill effects that others have intended for you, especially when they are not your own. All right, so with that in mind, I will say this too, that Sheldan, as we begin this portion, because we're going to just move right on in as the seminar, the workshop is going on, and Sheldan does mention this pronoun of they, and he is talking about, he mentions the Cabal, he talks about the Illuminati. These are beings, and I tell you, the first time I heard about these beings, you know, I'm thinking of reptiles and all kinds of things. I want to forget about that for the moment. They are humans, and they appear to have been working for some time to keep us unaware of various details about our existence and about our history. And you know something? We're waking up. This is a time of wake up. So this may be new information for you. This may even be fantastic information, or this may be old for you. The bottom line is, this is a time of liberation and a time of awakening for more and more individuals, and this is just part of it. So without further ado, and I talk in part due to I knowing the length of this conversation, so I have some leeway at this point, but let's get into it with Sheldan Nidle.
911 is inside job or not?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's related with the extraterrestrial?
No, it was this same group we're talking about.
Well, he wasn't here, he just got here.
Okay, yeah. We were talking about, I haven't gotten to 911 yet.
Are you going to?
I wasn't really planning on it.
Yeah. It's an inside job.
It's an inside job, just like Al-Qaeda's real name among the intelligence agencies, Al-Qaeda.
They use energy weapon kind of things?
No, the Arabs at their present rate, as far as the average Arab goes, for doing things, is good at three things: building primitive explosives, using themselves to blow people up, and doing some little minor raid. That's all they can do.
You're listening to Talk for Food on webtalkradio.net with Adam Abraham, and this is a recording of a workshop called Making Galactic Sense Out of Chaos with Sheldan Nidle that was recorded in Montgomery, Alabama. And let's get back to it.
One thing you have to understand is they have a problem under stress of anything with technology. Okay? So, example, they gave them a small, very dirty bomb, put it in a suitcase, gave it to special Arabs they had trained, put them in the parking lot of the World Trade Center in 1993. They tried 5 times, they could not detonate the explosive. Finally, a security guard for the World Trade Center came by, saw that whatever he was doing was not good, and told him that he was going to seize his equipment. Suddenly, 5 minutes later, while he was handcuffing him and getting ready to turn everything over to the New York Police Department, which was on its way, an FBI agent came up and said it's a national security issue and seized the suitcase.
And for anyone who is not aware of it, in 1993, a bomb did go off in the World Trade Center down in the lower levels, in the basement.
I mean, that's all documented. So that's an example of what they do. The same thing with the 95 Oklahoma City thing. Okay? I had Dr. Galen next to me in Colorado when I was doing a conference. And he said, okay, you want to know what happens when you take a fertilizer bomb and you blow it up? It does this. Can blow up a building?
I was writing my book, A Freed Man, an Emancipation Proclamation, at the time that blast in Oklahoma City occurred. And I wrote specifically about it because we were at the time talking about and writing about domestic terrorism. This one struck home in many, many ways.
What happened was they did mind control on a lot of people using a variety of Agent Orange during the Iraqi War. This guy was one of them. He got an implant in his rear end, and that was what they were using to control it. When Dr. Galen was going to set up the system where he could get out by explaining, he's one of the world leading experts on explosives and nuclear weapons. He died recently. They made sure that he got killed fast. Fast-tracked execution. Because the real thing was a black operations shape charge blew up that building. That's why certain government employees involved with the FBI and certain other groups were told under no circumstances to report to that building on that morning.
But if you looked at the building and looked at the way the blast occurred, it couldn't be done.
Right. It was totally set up job, and they had their patsy. And they made sure with the mind control that he not only believed it, but that he would ask when they needed it for immediate execution. Even though he was just the wrong man in the wrong place because he was basically using advanced mind control. They found out with Agent Orange they could mess up your nervous system and they could control you better. Anyway, that's just part of the game we're talking about here. Terrorism basically is one of the weapons that they use, because what is terrorism all about? Fear. It could happen anytime. They've turned the Israeli population into the most fearful population on the planet because of that. And they figured they could do the same thing with us. But of course, because of the energy of the people in this country and what people, which I now call the Earth Allies, have done, no major attack on this country other than 9/11 happened. Of course, now they were saying what a wonderful job they had done, but that's the reason why. Because they themselves tried to nuke the Statue of Liberty with a bomb, failed. For some strange reason, the arming mechanism failed to go off. They were very upset about that. They tried to blow up the Sears Tower. When I was in Colorado, they were trying to create a major terrorist action in downtown Denver. It never happened. That's what they've been trying to do for years. It wasn't the fact...
Why didn't it happen?
Because the Earth Allies and the Galactic Federation operating together have made sure these things don't happen.
And there won't be a World War III or
No.
Thermonuclear flash.
That's a...
No way.
No way. They have told every major government on this planet that thermonuclear war is not an option.
They did away with the Sears Tower, though. They renamed it.
No, it's the Willis Tower now. For me, it will always be the Sears Tower. Mr. Willis can have his name on it, I don't care.
There's a Korean.
That's a London-based